Hey everyone, I'm Nadia Munla. I'm an embodiment and intimacy coach, and I'm here today to talk about resisting being messy. This is a big one. This is a big one for women in particular, but it's a big one for all of us. Being messy, take a moment to just think about like all the reasons and all the places where you resist being messy, right? We grow up in a school system where everything needs to be pretty organized. We've got our deadlines. As we grow older, spreadsheets become a thing. And there is this, especially for girls, right? Like we grew up with this, a lot of messaging also around like being nice and polite and closing your legs and doing the things and, you know, sort of like dimming down our wildness, our bigness, which includes our messiness. And so much of the work of embodiment, especially getting back into your embodied power, is about reclaiming your messy, making love to your messy, loving your messy, being in your messy, dancing messy. And so I wanted to come on here today and actually offer an exercise, a little practice that you can do to embrace your messy. And this is sort of a few different practices that you can either merge into one, or, you know, you can separate them if you want to. But the first thing is, because we are talking about movement and embodiment, is get really clear on what is the story you have with yourself about being messy. What would it mean if you just like showed up and were like, woo, and just had like shit all, I don't know, like mascara or like face paint or like whatever all over your face, your hair is a freaking mess, everything's wrinkled, you know, and then you start to move and all your movements are messy, right? So the other thing that I try to get people out of is the cage of looking good. Both, of course, with what we're wearing, but then also like looking good when you're literally moving, right? Because we're so used to like choreography and structure and da-da-da. And this is a chance to be like, we are rebelling against all of that, right? And so one thing you can do is you can find, say, a few songs that really help you feel messy. We have a little messy playlist at the Embody Spotify account that you can also use if you don't want to do your own songs. But it's really fun to like pick up, like find songs that are sort of jarring, that don't have like a typical beat and a structure, and sort of go like all over the place and bounce around, and then try to move to it. And as you move to it, can you just really, instead of following like the normal sort of like things that you would do when you move your body or stretch your body, can you do the exact opposite as a way to break the pattern, to break the habits, right? This is what we're doing. We're trying to break the habit of you being serious, of you being proper and polite and nice and contracted and here and just taking up this much space, to being like, you know? So that's a really great practice to do. And then of course you can add in different elements, like again, bringing in like also messy clothes, messy stuff on your face. Like you can play with your makeup being messy. You can, if you really want to spice it up, what you can do is buy a huge like paper canvas, and they sell them like at a lot of art stores, and you can purchase like hand paint, you know, like the kids have like hand paint, and you can put them on your feet and on your hands, and you can actually, like if you have a yard or somewhere that where you can use those paints, which I believe those paints come off pretty easily, and just like dance around in that messy and actually create like a messy abstract art piece while you're at it. That's like a double whammy if you want to get a like A+ mastery in being messy. So try it out, whether it's just the playlist on our Spotify account. Just search for Embody. We'll also Wherever you see this video, we'll probably have a link to it somewhere close by to the video, but you can always just look us up and or do your own playlist and add in the art piece if you really want to. So let me know how it goes. I always love to hear from you and how the experience goes for you after trying the practice. And just remember, anchor back into what is the story that you are finally stripping off your body. What are you uncaging yourself from? And also, what would come out of being more messy? It's really important to anchor into the why. Why are you doing this? If you're doing this as a consistent practice, what will it bring out in you? Or perhaps you don't know and you just want to give yourself that exploration to see, let's see what happens. Lens of curiosity. Okay, let me know how it goes.